Right, welcome everyone. All right, so welcome to Your Long. Um, one on mini year, but we still can go and we still can do. So, for this to be along, we're not going to like do so much. I just want to like what we're going to do is just try to like create a mood board around what we're trying to do. Um, so we'll create a mood board. We'll look for inspirations. Coming. Okay, so it's kind of small. Here. Uh, all right, so I'll carry this one down here, make it smaller to speed. Okay, we, this is where my board is. Yeah, I can still see what the tab I'm sharing, right? Um, so I'm about to share some more distance. So I'm going to be sharing one more tabs. Just need to get them ready. So before we start, I just want to know just small icebreaker. How was your day? How was everything? Um, I'll start with Esther. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. My day was stressful. Rain fell for like most part of today. The
Were
weather
you
was
outside?
nice. Yeah, I went out today. The weather was nice, but everywhere was just muddy and murky. Well, all in all, it was nice.
All right. All right. Bar, how was your day?
Um, Good evening, everyone. Mine was okay. It's fine. I had a good day.
All right. So today we're going to be looking at building a responsive recipe app. And we all have like, for example, someone like me now. Let me just explode my Instagram explore feed now. For someone like me, I have like a lot of apart from sports and pets and some other like some mixed up content that Instagram thinks I've been interested in. Most of the stuff is I've been trying to work on my Instagram content, so you can see recipes apart from food, animals, and sports. You can see recipes inside. Um, like I still have to optimize this again, but came to a particular point where it was just recipes as almost like every we can see different kinds of recipes from all over the world in this Instagram website. So we're trying to create a website where you have like we can see different types of recipes and see how they are prepared. We're not going to support videos, just like you see the picture of the recipe, you're going to see the ingredients, you're going to see how they are prepared. So that's what we're trying to do. And that's what we're going to be looking at. So I just want to go back to my slide. Okay, babe, this is my okay, babe. This is my slide. Where did I keep down my slide again? All right, so this is my slide. I'm just going to bring it down, come up again. Um, yep. So, yeah, and I will just carry it to the same place I am. All right, so let me just share this entire window since we're going to be working from here. So I'm going to just share something else. I'm going to share the entire window. This window we're currently at. Share this one. All right, so you guys can see everything. So we're going to be working on this recipes website, and what we're going to work, we're going to work on it in three steps. First of all, we're going to kind of brainstorm the flow of the app. While we're brainstorming, we're looking at inspirations and some other stuff, almost like a makeshift product development workflow, but not really product development workflow. Then I think we're going to today. I think what we may be able to achieve is the brainstorming and creating a wireframe for how we're going to design the app application. So we have an idea that it's going to be mobile responsive. We know what it's going to be. So we're just trying to going to design the application today and see how what we can do. Also create like something like a mini mood board where we can put like different inspirations. Yeah, and I would like us to vote. I don't know. Let me see. Let me create like a poll on here. Let me see poll. Start a poll. I want us to vote which tool should we use to listen. So me, I'm conversing with Excalidraw or FigJam. So these are tools you can use for brainstorming. Um, for brainstorming your workflow. So I'm going to put FigJam here. I'm also going to put Excalidraw. That's going to save this. So you guys can choose the one you want. I think it's open already. Yeah, let me launch it. So it's live. So you guys can vote on the particular tool you want us to use. And listen, so there are two examples. I'm just going to show you a ScaliDraw. ScaliDraw is the one I like. I can comfortably use. I use it for like showing different kinds of. It's just like pen and paper. So if you're drawing on pen and paper, and it's just for showing different kinds of flows. It's just like working, just making quick sketch. Especially if you're an engineer or you like just want to brainstorm really fast. This is something you can use to do it. It's just listen, and I'm using it for a while. And there's FigJam, which you see in Figma, Figma.com. So you have FigJam. I create FigJam now. So create a new FigJam board. How do I create a FigJam now? Yeah, so you create a new FigJam here, and in FigJam you can actually do a lot of things, create a square, add questions, do a lot of fun stuff on FigJam. So these are two examples. It's possible also for multiple people to work within Excalidraw. Can add like users to work within Excalidraw. They can also add users to work within FigJam. So I want to know like nobody's voting. The poll is all poll. Nobody's voting. Want to know which tool we should use for our brainstorming process. Is anyone voting? Let me share something different.
I can't see the polo.
You can see the poll. Then
Yes, yes,
see the poll. Let
yes.
me know.
Yes.
Uh, okay, let me use another different tool for a poll. What's the name of this tool again? Slido. So I'm going to use Slido for the poll. Create a poll. Um, but I don't have to sign in. I have to sign up. Poll maker. I think we'll have to create an app like this that can create a poll easily from here. Free poll maker. I don't have to sign up. Everything is just paid. Imagine there's no poll, there's no app for making polls. It's a very funny stuff. I think it's something we can work on. Create something that can use to make polls and we'll see how it goes. But I think that's something that is for more advanced, like as we go on. I think we'll start with more simple concepts and go into more harder concepts. So right now I want to brainstorm how the app wants to flow. So at the start, we're going to build for this be along, we're building a responsive recipe app. I want to brainstorm the process, then create a wireframe, then design the app, then implement the design in code or anyhow you want to implement the design. As long as you're implementing something, it's there. So about the app is something that our goal is to create a responsive distance. So build a website where people can view recipes, choose your favorite recipes, and view how to prepare them. So it's just something simple. They can see your recipes and all this kind of stuff. So I've not written action items, but want to see how we can go around that. So poll is not even launched here. You know what? Let's use Figma, FigJam. So I'm just going to share this. Anyone can. So only invited people can. Let me see. Hmm, It's $3. Nothing is free in this world nowadays. Um. So yeah, just show me your emails. Let me just add you guys to this FigJam. Let me just stop sharing this stuff so your emails doesn't land in like present something else. Let me present this guy. So emails doesn't show up in this thing, but see. No, I'll just use live collaboration with Excalibur. I think that one is better. Um Let me use live collaboration. Excalibur is just very simple. I'm just going to call this hashtag build along recipes. Copy link. So schedule is just very simple to do something in schedule. You can easily invite people to schedule. And I'm just going to invite you guys. It's just a very simple tool to use. I think we'll use this for now. Maybe when next we not everybody has a Figma account again. It's like going through the stress of creating Figma account, all this kind of stuff. So if you have access to the link, does anybody have access to this link? Can you guys see the link I shared? So I shared the link here. Can you guys see the link? So obviously you can go to the room. Okay, I've entered the room also. Who's outside the room? Um this is our session. This is a different session. No, it's should be. Is there anything showing up on this page again? So okay, you guys are in. This is amazing porcupine. My name is Enlightened Bison. All right, so um, you guys are in the app already. So we're going to the aim is that we're going to just in this place we're going to add inspirations and we're going to like detail the steps we're going to follow, like what the pages are going to look like, and at the end we're also going to try and create a wireframe for how the app is going to look like. So the point of this stuff is that we're creating a recipes app. So our objective is that we're creating a recipes app. I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger. Let me share this tab. Can you guys see this tab? Can you guys see this? So I'm just make it bigger, extra large. So creating a recipes app. Um, so what we're going to create in this recipe app is we're going to see what it requirements. So I'm just going to put a square. Let me for around the edges. Let's put the normal square here. And I'm going to just write lots of requirements that it may need. So I'm just going to add some requirements. So one is that okay, so I'll need you guys to share ideas on what you guys think. Let me resend the link. Copy, share. All right, so you can use the link I just shared again. If you guys are just joining, the link is this. And use that to join the FigJam. So what we're principally doing here is that we're just trying to create a flow for what we're planning to build. So we're planning to build a recipes app, and point of doing this is just create a simple project. Just go through the process, go through the process of how products are built, how projects are built. So most times when you're working on software projects, when you're working on works like this, like building apps and everything, everybody has a part to play in building the apps. Like if you work in a company, there are different parts that comes into it. There are different parts. There's the time for research, going ahead and researching and finding out what you need and all this kind of stuff. There's not time for after putting in the research, they go to the mood board and start putting together what they've learned in. Then they start creating the flows. They start with maybe wireframes and some other stuff just to like visualize what could be like possibly different possibilities of how the app would look like. Then once things have been agreed with stakeholders or like it aligns to what with the objectives of what the company is trying to achieve, they go on ahead with design. Then from the design, they sync with the developers, and from there they have a handover. Maybe that's how it is in some places. In some places, development team is actually hand in hand. It depends on how the kind of applications you are creating. If the application is more user centric, it doesn't deal with a lot of data. It doesn't deal with a lot of data. um, that application can be built by the design team can actually lead the design, like the product team can lead the development of it. But if it's very data intensive and has a lot of functionalities, like let's say a fintech app or something like that, then the engineering team has to be carried along from the start. And also like has to be carried along from the start, from the work, something like Web3 products, all this kind of stuff. Everybody has to be carried along from the start. Um, Web3 dApps. I'm not talking about NFT marketplaces. I'm talking about like something like dApps where maybe a payment wallet or something like that. These are some applications of where you see those kind of stuff in. So we're just going to look at how this recipes app, if we're going to look at it, what we're going to like consider in building it. Let's say this recipes app, we're trying to do something more complicated than it already is. So let me just say like the pre-requirements. So I'm just going to put the pre-requirements. So one thing we need in this recipes app is like a landing page. One thing about a landing page, a page where you can see just about the app, about the application and what it's all about, then a call to action to get started with the app. That's what will be on the landing page. Number two will be the page that contains different recipe choices. Just press enter. So just go to recipe choices. Then next one will be, we've gone to landing page. Next one will be the um page that has the details of a particular recipe. So I'm just going to put this in there. What would last one be? Last and not the least would be the content also. Content like each recipe page will have, so we've just gone through like the top overview of what the project is. We're going to go into more details of every single stuff. So we're going to outline every single thing one by one. So when we look at the project requirements, we can see like what it's all about. Like sometimes you go and look for inspiration and some other stuff, but I'm just trying to draw out project requirements. So you can just look at this stuff and say, okay, where can I find like inspiration, like that will give me an idea of what I should include in this kind of project. Well, where can I find inspiration or give me an idea of what I should add to this kind of project to make it something that people want to use, something that is usable, something that meets, like that solves the problem of people trying to find recipes online. Like you want to find a recipe, you want to find like a recipe for rice, jollof rice or so. You can go to this website and find it. So we're going to just look into this stuff. So we're going to consider a flow. Most times when you're designing something, you consider the flow. So the flow we're going to consider is the flow we're going to consider is the flow we're going to consider. So I'm going to put a giant rectangle here. Just going to go to it. So the flow we're going to consider is people trying to find the recipe on the app. So I want you guys to like give me an idea of how, like, if you come to a website, like if you guys had to come to a recipes website, what will you be expecting to see? Like what were you expecting to go if you come to a recipes website? Um like if you're, let's say you're getting started in a recipes website, what do you want to see? Let me start with Ebuka. Ebuka, do you want to share? Ebuka, yeah. Okay. Let me see.
Yeah. Sorry, I had network issue. What do you say?
I'm saying if you come to a recipes website, what do you want to
Mm.
see in the website? Like, what will you want to see? Like, you come to a recipes website, you cook now.
Definitely pictures of food.
Okay,
Pictures
so
of food.
I'm going to add pictures of food. So these are like features we need. Like, um, let's say like some features. So let's say like different ideas for coming in. So we say pictures of food. This idea, pictures of food. Um, Debbie, what idea do you like? If you come to recipes app, what do you want to see?
Um, Maybe categories, food categories.
Okay, food categories. I don't know if we'll
Yeah,
be to cover that in the school, but let's see what we can do.
if it's
Uh,
snacks, if it's breakfast, if it's rice types,
Food categories.
native, intercontinental.
All right, so snack. Um, snack, um, breakfast, whatever. All right, I need somebody else to answer. Let's see. Esther, if you come to Recipes app, what do you want to see? Like, what are the things you want to see on the Recipes app? Esther, are you there? Okay, let me go to Debbie. Bro, if you come to Recipes app, what do you want to see on the Recipes app?
Okay. Can you hear me? Hello.
I hear you.
Hi. Me
Hi.
me personally, the first thing I would like to see, knowing fully well that it's a recipe website, I would like to see a search button. So I'll just go in there, describe the thing I want to, the kind of thing I want to see, so that I can easily locate it. So I don't go around the website looking for what I'm not, seeing what I'm not looking for. But at least I want to
Okay,
see a
very
search
interesting.
bar where I can go and search what I want, and it should be in a way that I can, even though I don't know the exact name of the thing I'm looking for, I should have, like, I can describe how it looks, and it should be able to give me options of what I'm looking for, so I can easily identify it. That's one of the things I would like to see. And another thing I would like to see, I think I would like to see a kind of a menu that can, like, can give me like a, it can give me a menu where I can see different like different aspects of things in the website. Like, what I mean is that, okay, for instance, if I go to the menu, I should be able to see categories of things, maybe categories of ingredients, categories of um, recipes, like different things,
Okay,
videos or everything,
all
something
right.
like that.
So, okay. So, let me just, so we don't make it too complicated. Let me just put this thing as a simple, list it out. So, this is a simple recipes website. Do you understand? I mean, like simple. All we want to just see is that we don't want to start making Instagram here. Do you understand? Not making Instagram yet. Do you understand me? I understand people want to make the Instagram or food app. No, we just want to do something simple. Like, so people are seeing pictures of food categories, search bars. Those are very nice examples. But we just want to do something very simple. I think like at least 3 pages, and everything is not dynamic. Everything is like, sometimes we're going to be doing some things manually or so. So it's a good idea, but I don't know if we'll be able to cover this in our scope. Like, if you want this kind of ideas, we're talking about like months of
But
execution. Do you understand me?
the product having a search bar is actually a very good one. Yeah, it might not be as dynamic as she's saying, but it's having a search bar that can just
Okay, yeah,
limit.
okay. Search bar is a good idea. Let's see. So we're going to look for, like, we're going to like check for examples of this. We're going to look for other stuff. Esther, you've not shared your goal. Oh. Esther, yeah. Are you ghosting? Esther has ghosted. So all right. So I will just share my own. Let me just see the important things I need to see. I need to see it like um list of meals, like different foods. I want to see different types of foods, types of food on the website. I want to see if I click on a food, I see the details of that food. I see the details of that food. Um So I see it's details of that food. So let me see how many minutes do I have left? Like 13 minutes, 30 plus minutes. So that's all can go. So my distance even goes up. Five to switch systems. All right, so I'll click on the food. I want to see the recipes. I want to see, you know what, let me copy this room so I can use another system and join this space. Honey, give me a second. All right, so I'm going to join in a brief. Those you guys give me some time. I'm going to join soon. Just give me some minutes. I'm going to rejoin. So that's use the backup system. So oh we it's my schedule. I'm just sharing my schedule. Um, all right, so I want to click on food. I want to see the food details and see um I see the recipe. The recipe. I think those are like some simple stuff I want to do. So this is also an ingredient. So this will include like ingredients, steps on how to cook it. So steps on how to cook it, then any extra thing I need to know. I think that's all. So I think just something as basic as this and this thing. Um, some other stuff will be I will also like I don't know. Let me just add like some extra stuff I would like to. see. I'm just going to add it here. Let me see how it's going to fit. So I'm going to stretch this guy out. So let's see if I can stretch this guy out. So one extra stuff I would like to see is I want to be able to add add a meal to my favorite, or save a recipe. Or just save a recipe. How we save the recipe, we'll look at how to save the recipe. Say I want to do this. So I looked into different stuff. We're going to see which one we can carry in the scope. But these are different ideas that we're looking at for creating a recipes app. So we have different ideas and we're going to look at for creating the recipes app. So we're just looking at different ideas. Different ideas for the app. So a very good way of generating ideas when you're building a recipes app is to look for inspiration. So there are different places to look for inspiration. You can look for inspiration from different websites, different websites. You can look for inspiration from maybe you look at YouTube channels, look at like what they do and some other stuff to just get inspiration. Or you can look for inspiration from platforms that have like platforms that have like designs that showcase different kinds of designs. So one example of that platform that showcase different types of design is Dribble. So I just want to share my window so you guys will just see it everywhere. So one example of that website is Dribble. So Dribble has different kinds of stuff. So I've just been looking at Dribble and I'm looking for some of the simplest designs here. So when we see our designs we like, we're just going to copy them and paste them in Excalibur. So I'm just going to close this one also because Figma didn't work for us. We're using Excalibur to actually illustrate what we're doing. So we're going to look at this. So we have landing page. This is just like recipes landing page where you can see, especially if you ask for desktop mode, it just shows you landing page. But we can see different examples of recipes. And so this is Dribble. Dribble.com. You can see the name spelled out here. I don't know how to zoom in. I know I can zoom in websites so it'd be bigger, but I can't zoom in the URL parts. But it's just where you have Dribble. So you have this example of a site designed by this kind of person. So this Dribble is for designers. If you're a designer, it's a way of showcasing what you do in public. So Dribble is kind of a way you make a designer show and you want to just inspire people, you want to put it there. While like someone like me or any other designer, some designers just come here to get inspiration on how they want to design the stuff. So I think I like the design because it's somehow simple. There's some small stuff you can do to this design, but I think it's somehow simple. So I'm just going to add it to our mood, but we're just going to look at it. So I'm just going to copy it. If we have more time, we can look into like creating a design for it. I'm just going to copy it, paste it here. So we have I'm just going to create a space. I'm going to call it inspiration. So obviously this guy has to be on top. Layer. I think it's layer. Yep. So I'm just going to call it inspiration. I'm going to put it somewhere at the bottom. Let me just zoom out a little bit. Simply all of this. Okay. All right, so put this here. It's my personal one. All right, so this will just be for 24 hours, but use this. I can always repeat this at any time. So I'm just going to expand this a little bit now. With this guy, I'm just going to expand this space. So we just have like different inspirations we can look at. So this like in in a company, they call it mood boards, where they like paste different kinds of design inspirations they get, put it there. So you have different kinds of website recipes websites. So you have this one. This one is way too complicated for my like, and I feel like it doesn't really mean. I think this one is like a this one like looks like an agency that they teach you how to make food and some other stuff. It doesn't really look like a generic like come and learn, come and view recipes website. There's no call to action to see all this kind of stuff. It's a nice design, but there's no live example. This looks like a food tutorial site where you learn how to cook when you're offered like with a certified chef. So this is giving that vibe. Learn all types of cooking with food maker. Okay. It's giving that vibe that they teach you how to cook and some other stuff. Well, I can just copy this as an idea. I'll just click here, right click here, and I'll come to copy image. And I think you can also do the same thing on Windows where you right click and copy an image. Let me put this here. Just something we'll consider while we're looking at it. So I'm just looking at websites. This looks interesting. I'm not talking about design, I'm just talking about the concept that they came up with. This looks interesting. So we're talking about categories and search in one of the things we're talking about. So this is something that kind of encompasses it. So I'm just going to copy this design, copy this. I'm obviously when it comes to like designing it to when we come to that, we're going to consider different elements of this and just choose our own. That's where you come. That's where you have wireframing. So when we wireframe it, we're just going to choose where we'll put things together. Let me choose one more. There was one I saw that I kind of felt I like the vibe around it. It has different pages, so I'm going to take this one. I think I'm going to just take this full layout, copy the image or the full layout, and I'm going to come to Escalate Drawer and I'm going to paste it into V. I'm going to increase the size a little bit so it's going to be showing very well. So I'm just going to have this here, increase the size of this guy. So this is where we have our inspiration. I'm just going to select every okay. All right. Well, this is the no, I need this down more. So we can just in a different kind of canvas. Just going to expand this guy. Contains more of this. So we have different kinds of distance. So I'm just going to put this. Sorry, I'm going to put this guy here as kind of website examples. I'm going to put apps examples also here because we're trying to make something that's mobile, that's more responsive. We're not going to do all these things here. Like we're trying to do something that's mobile responsive. So we just want a simple landing page that looks nice, that kind of conveys that hey, this is a recipes website where you can learn recipes. This looks good, but I say it's very verbose, like has a lot of words in it. This is cool, especially if you're making this for like a company or so. You can actually use this, especially if you're a freelancer and it's okay. This is like we're trying to build a recipes website for something like that. You can use this kind of design concept for your freelancing gig. If you're working on an application, there are different kinds of there are different designs that suit applications. So this looks like a more engaging, like it looks when you look at this website, what kind of vibe do you get from this website? I want to know. Um Somebody dropped off. I was also about to ask Deborah Salako where she dropped off. Um okay, so let me just ask
I'm still
Luna.
available. I'm not.
Okay. Okay. You're still available. I can't see you. Okay, don't worry. Um so if you look at this website, what vibe do you get from this website? From this website design?
Personally, it's kind of so catchy, and I want to explore more from it.
Okay. All right. So I think this design suits what we're trying to need. So can create something close to this, not perfectly this, but something close. Obviously, we're not just going to copy design here and there, but you can also copy designs from this thing. They say still like an artist. Um, although some UI UX designers will say that's not what they meant, but I'm not a UX designer, so anything, whatever it means to me is how I take it. So we looked at different designs. Some designs say we can't choose them. I don't know what this is all about. Obviously, I don't think this is a recipes website. I think this is like I don't know what this is. But yeah, it's a interesting concept. We looked at this before. This looks like a food agency website. This is food delivery. What is food delivery doing in recipes websites? So maybe we've chosen like enough for this thing. This is also a very good landing page concept, which you can look at. There are different kinds of landing page concept. If you continue going down, you just go into a whole lot. I think this is one concept I've not yet copied. This is one that just has all the recipes showing at once. So instead of just going through, you can just go through once and just see all the recipes showing at once. This is another concept, which we could also explore. This is another concept. So we're going to just put it here. These are the different kinds of concepts. So this is the last concept from web design. So I'm going to look at app designs because mobile responsive, we just want it to look like more like an app. So we're going to look at different um, app designs when it comes to recipes websites. So um, app designs where people run crazy in app designs, but I'm just going to go to the simple ones I saw. Um, Simple in quotes in terms of like the way they looked like they just had like a simple distance. So I saw this one. Don't mind the landing page. This looks like a very this one you say is like get started, like cook like you want, and it just this concept is very interesting. So I'm just going to copy this concept. Um, if you guys are not feeling the concept, you guys can also let me know. And if you see a design that you like, also just point it out to me because I'm not going to choose everything. I'm just going to choose a few of them. I think they get the point of it, but yeah, this is one I saw that was actually very interesting. Hope it was like the only stuff I was yeah, let me just copy this one. I think this stuff is actually so it has the layout here is actually very interesting. Review and smart stuff. We're not going to doing review cooking. We're not going to do any details. We just want to just show the ingredients, then how to cook it. Just going to copy this guy and I'm going to put it in our mood board. Yeah. So I'm just going to put it here. So we have two designs. Let me just take like two more app designs and I'll call it a day. The best ones are on top. The other ones are not just giving. So I think the best ones were on top. The other ones are right there. I've once designed a website that looked like this for someone. But this is an e-commerce. This is not a recipes website now. This is you want to order a meal. This is where you want to check out like a restaurant app. I can showcase it to you guys. It's something I'm actually proud of. I built for some final product. Like, I'll showcase it later. I just want to check for different. I think I like this kind of this thing. This one shows the ingredients. Normally when I'm looking for design, whether this is actually like, because sometimes when you look at people's website, sometimes the design doesn't really match what the website is supposed to be doing. So I'm copying designs that actually match what I have in mind to do. So I'm for mobile inspirations, but I think there were lots of. We didn't get the recipes details page. I want to see if we can get more recipe details. One that lists out like how to cook the recipe. Is it there? Does anybody have one? And recipes details. They also did landing page and that as well. Recipes details. End of list. Not so much here. Let me see this guy. Please have recipes details where you can see these details. Why is everyone obsessed with putting payment method here? This is how this one is it. This is one example. Shows you how to do it for 5 servings. This one is more dynamic, feels more app-like. It has the search every stuff. So I'm just going to copy this. This is a very good example. It has the recipes details. Recipes app. It's not a recipes app. It doesn't show you how to prepare the recipe. Any fine thing they are doing, like any other design ceremony they are doing, doesn't really match. This is a cool concept of showing the image and some other stuff. We're not trying to copy this concept of showing the image. This guy used a very heavy image for this. This is what I'm talking about. Cool concepts. This is like a dynamic application. We're not doing something like dynamic, we're doing something that's more of static. So let me explain dynamic and static to you. So I'm just going to use one example to show that. So I'm just going to go to something like my blog and use another example of Instagram. So when you Instagram, you can see that this is loading, and before it shows content, you guys can come on Instagram, and so it's mostly dogs and sports. So yes, so when you see you can see that this content was dynamically loaded. Depending on any other stuff, it dynamically loads content. I can see this loading by dynamically loading content, trying to show me what I missed. Why, if you come here, this is static content. Like no matter how much I refresh this page, it's not going to change what I see. Everything is going to remain the same. So this is like my blog, my own personal blog on my personal website. So you can see every single stuff. This guy doesn't change. This is what you call static content. So what we're trying to do is a static content site. The content is static. The content doesn't really changes. You get, depending on like users interaction, really changes. And the content, that's what you call static content. So you now like, for example, when you guys hear that kind of stuff in maybe tech people are talking about it, or you hear it anywhere you hear it, just get the idea that something that is dynamic means that the content is always changing. What you're expecting, something like Facebook, Twitter, all this kind of stuff are dynamic. Something like a blog is static, unless it's updated. Like for example, like Dome Academy's source stack, I would say it's static, although like it's static. I won't say it's dynamic because this stuff is always constant. No matter how much you refresh it, it's not going to fetch a new, it's not going to update something new. You can click here to just see the details about it. The way it's rendered is different, but I'm just saying like the content, I'm saying the content type is what I'm talking about. So the content type here this is static content. I'm just using this as an example of what we're trying to do. So for a website like this, that depending on what you press for the servings, the content changes. It's what you call a dynamic website. You can do it with JavaScript where as you click this stuff, the content will keep on changing. So we're not going to work on a dynamic website because it's going to increase the scope and somehow the difficulty of the project. But when we work on other stuff like a gaming, when we start making games in Abidjan, we'll see how to make dynamic websites that can create a leaderboard and some other stuff, which is very cool, which are cool things you can do with development. So we have inspirations here. We have landing page inspirations. stuff here and some other distance. Now, is to plan out what the course of action. So we're going to do a course of action. So this is like to plan out the flow. That's the course of action. So we've seen different kinds of designs. Obviously, if you want to see more in details, but I doubt there will be more in details, you can actually go through. There are different kinds. There are different websites to find inspiration, design inspiration. Some of them will show you like visually how it's going to look like. One of them is Mobbing, but I think Mobbing doesn't do like simple websites like this. Um, so we're going to look into all of this. We're going to look at how we're going to create. So we're going to do this. We're going to create a flow for it. So we're going to just create a simple flow. There are different kinds of flow situations. So a flow, like user lands on the app. So for that flow, I'm just going to combine the wireframes and the flow together. So I'm just going to create this to as big as possible. So I'm just going to create wireframes for each page and the flows. So when the user lands on the app, the user wants to see a call to action and some other stuff. So I'm just going to do this on mobile, how it's going to look like. So we're going to have an image here. The meal, I'm just trying to put things together. Let's just imagine that this is the phone. I'm just going to look at different examples here. This one had an image, I had title, I had the call to action, which was simple. So this one also had image, had title, subtext, call to action, whatever this guy is. This one also had image here. Let's call this an image here. Text, whatever it was written here, then call to action. So we just want to create a simple website that is just like that. So we'll just put the image here. I'm going to zoom out here. So we're going to have an image here. We're going to have the text. So this is going to be the title, the website, whatever the title, the name, like the heading of the website. So this is the heading. So let's landing page heading. Obviously, the website is going to the recipes website is going to have a name, but I'm not going to come up with the name. You guys are going to help me come up with a name for the website. So I think you guys are going to choose the name for the website we're going to create. So I'm just going to put something here. Let's say there's a cupcake here. I'm just going to put something here. So this represents the image. This is the heading. Presents the image. So I'm just going to can group things together. Be Control G is each group. Yep, I can group things together. Really nice design things now. So you now have the subtext here, whatever subtext we have here. I'm just going to use lines to present. These are different gibberish subtext, and I'm going to use a button to say like call to action. So we can have it here or we can have it here. Anywhere we want to have it. I'm just going to put it here. So the layout is going to be a little bit simpler to build. So I'm going to call this. Actually, I can write in this actually. Call to action. This guy, going to make it bigger. Are you smaller? All right, so we have the title, all this kind of stuff. How is it going to look like on desktop? It's just going to look like, so I'm going to just draw the desktop layout. So we draw out the mobile layouts. I'm just going to draw the desktop layout. Obviously, we can add more things here, but I just want it to be very simple, not too complicated. So something we can finish quite fast. So we have this, and I'm just going to copy this guy. I'm going to put it here. So we have this title. I can increase the size of this, whatever you want here. You know, desktop text is always bigger than mobile text, except for forms. So it's a fun fact. When you do web development, you understand what I'm saying. We're going to copy this and I'm going to put here. So you have the call to action here, simple and short. Then we have the website logo. So we can just put like the website by the middle. So we'll just say logo. Website logo could be text, it could be image, it could be anything. Logo can be anything. So website logo. Just yeah, I'm just gonna carry these guys down so it doesn't really stay on top too much. Move you down not to the middle, not to the side, down. So we have the mobile. So this landing page, obviously you can click here. Let's say view recipes. We need something like a navigation to see others. I'm going to add. I'm going to carry this to here. One thing about navigation is if you look at some of these designs, like some of the good ones, you can see this one had home, it had recipes. I don't know what they mean by features, but I don't think a recipe site will have features. This is obviously this is a design. It's nothing serious. It's just something they put there. Do you understand what I mean? But you have home and recipes. This one has home and discover recipes. Sorry, this is blurred out, but what was written here actually is discover recipes. Let me actually zoom out. Let me see why it's going to be clarified soon. Let me see. Let me just go to the original site. So we'll just see what was written here. Where did I even see it again? I found this somewhere. Yeah, this guy. So if we look here, if I zoom in, you can see this is actually discover recipes. So this is actually the distance. So you can see that by using the inspiration we got from a website and external website, we can actually like determine, okay, this is what we need in the website. So I'm just going to, in this wireframe, I'm just going to create like a heading. Let's say a heading at the middle. Let's say it's going to be at the middle or something like that. So I'm going to say this one will be home. And I'm going to put space here and I'm going to say recipes. So what you can do here is that, you know, navigation bar, you can actually come here, click on going home or seeing different recipes. So it's something cool that we can want in our website. So this is it. Can add other sessions to the website. So, but the most important thing is like, when somebody is landing on the page, you're actually telling them to come and view recipes. You're giving them an immediate call to action. You review recipes. So I'm just want to I just want to explain important elements of a website. It's not just about code or something like that. If you're making a landing page website, that's the marketing website for someone, it needs to have the following things. If whether you're a designer or an engineer or a product person or a content writer or any other person, as long as what the product you're trying to do, you're involved in is building a website for someone, a landing page, it's supposed to have three important stuff. Number one is it's supposed to have the message, like a very good copy that lures people in. So very good copy that lures people in. Do you understand what I mean? Very, very easy, very bespoke call to action. So when somebody is clicking on this, person has a very instant call to action. And number three can be anything, can range from responsiveness. The app has to be very responsive and load fast, to actually a catchy image that points to that draws people's attention to what this website is all about. For example, now when you look at some websites, when you look at this website now, you look at this website, and you see a chef here. It gives you you were expecting a recipes website, but what you saw first was a chef. So you're like, the idea of the perception you have of this website would be like, okay, is this a website that is for teaching me how to cook or something like that? You understand? Does this website, is it for me to view recipes or for me to learn how to cook? Do different perceptions? Not like you have a different perception because of the kind of image they showed on that website. I hope you guys are following. So this is something you can consider while building a website. So I think the next stage I'm going to leave it up to somebody else. So I'm going to talk about we've done the look of the recipes, the landing page. Let's now look at the look for the wireframe, the look for the recipes page. So look, I'm going to do the recipes page, and let's see how it's going to look like. So I just need somebody else come and give me ideas on how they what it should have. So if you have the mic there, you can actually contribute. You don't need me to call anybody. You can just contribute and say, okay, where you want it to be arranged. Are you guys following? Can you guys hear me? If you are following, let me know.
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm following.
All right. So we're trying to build the recipes details. Like we're trying to build the next thing. That's the page to see different recipes. So something like this, where you can see different recipes. So what will be here? What do you think will be here? In this side of the website or app. In these recipes, we've clicked on view recipes, or we clicked here for recipes. What do you think we should see here?
You
Does
probably
anyone
see
see-
pictures with names of recipes.
Okay, so pictures with names of recipes. So how is it going to look like? Do you have the link to
Oh.
this? You can actually like pick something out and just draw.
My hands are a bit full. Well, probably in like, I mean, it could probably be in I guess either a tabular form, or in a kind of in a structured way, like
Okay.
maybe circular. It could be circular with the picture of the final meal and the name written on it. As if it's just general recipes. It could be that, or unless we want to have it to show, I don't know, categories. Then you cannot click on the categories and then you not see the
Okay.
recipes.
All right. Thank you very much. So there's something do you want to share? Did somebody else want to share something? So when we looked at this now, we had like put naming features. We had like search bars, pictures of food categories, and some other stuff. This is where all these guys, do you understand? I mean, this recipes page is the more important page of your website. It's where somebody sees all those things. Do you understand? I mean, it's like one of the, let's say like a very important page of your website. Do you understand? I mean, so a very important page of your website. So you want to see pictures of food. You want to see food and pictures of food and different categories of food and some other stuff. So if you look at this design, you also have the search bar and a menu for navigation. If we look at this design, let's go to where the ones that had like menus. And so what do you guys notice here? Just call out what you guys notice. Anybody can say, and just grab the mic and just say what you notice. And we have left. We still have a lot of time left for this guy. What do you guys notice? Should I call a name? Don't want to call names now. Oh, Debbie, what do you notice in this website? In this what do you notice?
Please bring back the page. The page is lost. I can't see the.
I'm on the page already. Can you see the page?
Yes. Okay. So I think it's kind of categorized. I can see the image of the food, and it's being separated. Different kinds of meal is being separated and in kind of categories. I can see the image of that meal, what it looks like, the name of it, the rating. You can see the rating as well, and how long it takes
To make
to prepare it. Yes, and I can also see the this thing, the call to action for the recipe to like view the recipe
all
of
right. So
it.
I think that's cool. So let's try and reciprocate this stuff. So you can also see it here. This is something like that has like this one, although this one doesn't have like a clear call to action. But you're like, okay, if I click on this image, does it lead me to this? You understand me? So let's see how we can do that. So on this website now, I'm going to start from the mobile first because normally when you're doing designs, normally mobile first. So what we can have here is a grid. So let me just put like let me just write here best recipes. So you have a heading here, best recipes for you. You can put any, obviously we'll work on copy later, but that's for like stage 2, copy and design. It's like for stage 2. For this stage, we're just trying to do wireframe. So best this thing for you. Let me just go to the most important elements before we go to this. So we had like a way of searching for meals. If you look into some of them, they had like search bar. As this one had categories, this one had category and filter. Which other one? This one has search and category. This one has search and category. Can see things that are really like common with all of them. So I'm just going to put a search bar here. So I'm just going to put like this is search bar. I'm just going to say, obviously when it comes to like the actual development of this, the copy will be different. So I'll say for recipes. I can actually change the color to be small dimmer. So I say it's not showing very well. So let's make it deeper color. Um, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So something like this. Just search. This is like a placeholder. Someone can just click here and search for recipes. I repeat this guy here. And you can have like different categories. I'm just going to put here categories here. You have like a form for categories. So just I'm going back to this old style. So yeah, cat 1. I just want to put cat 1. Obviously, because cat 2, cat 3, just different categories here. So cat 1, cat 2, this cat 3, so cat 2, 2. Then final stuff we have here. So we have categories, and the final thing we have here is the grid of meals. So the important stuff is to look at the details in this grid of meals. So where you have here, you can see details. It has the name of the meal, review. Some of them don't have reviews. So we'll just look at important elements that this thing has, and we're going to take them. So the important one we see that is repeated in all of them is that they are repeating how much time it takes to make the meal. Apart from this one is showing the price. I don't know why it's showing the price, but what you can see here is like even in this one now. Okay, this one is showing like a list of the ingredients, but let's just do like standard elements, like when you're showing people the stuff. So I'm going to create a card. It can be like from year to year. I'm just going to create like 2 cards. So we can have like a list of different recipes. I'm just going to put like reduce the space between both of them so can expand more. One is bigger than the other. Obviously, it should fit. And we can repeat this guy. So I have the image. Um, and I can say the image can be here, just from here to here. The image can be. This can be where the image is. Then we have type the name of the food. So food name. Um, food name. And small. Then time to prepare. Time to prepare. I'm just going to say time to prepare. That's T2P. Like I'm just putting a short form for time to prepare. Obviously, it's like 1 minute, any distinct minute, any time that it's going to take to prepare. This is the image. I'm just going to put an X here, so to mark this as image. If you want to, like, if you're wireframing, if you want to denote an image, you put an X sign on the stuff. Even yes, I was supposed to put an X here, but I didn't really have time for that. What else? Then we can add like a call to action button and see view recipe. So this is going to be very simple. View the recipe. View recipe. View. I'm just going to put CTA to view the recipe. See, it's gotta be smaller. Just want it smaller. This text is too big. It's extra large. Imagine why are you extra large for those sake? So I'm just going to repeat this guy. I'm going to delete this one on this side. To repeat this guy. Yeah. So I'm just going to group everything. Yeah. I need like mouse, external mouse. So obviously you can repeat this guy so many times on the and on the again. So we'll have a list of different meals. We can do the same thing here. So I'm just going to repeat the same elements. So first of all, I'm going to copy this guy. I can say this guy will just be here, like from where this logo starts, and it's just be a little bit bigger. Then you can have the search bar and this guy. I'm just going to group these two together. So I'm going to group 1, 2, to G, into D, copy. And I'm going to just increase this a little bit. Obviously, I just want to stretch this off to like wherever it can be. Then I'll just repeat this, guys. So yes, you can have like more category lists show up here. More categories show up here. So you have more categories, and view more categories. And this grid can contain more food items. So we're going to put it here. So you have food items here. Yeah. So I was going to make this a little bit bigger. So this, just make it a little bigger. So you can repeat this guy down here, and that's how you have like food site. So we've made the recipes website. Now look for now want to see what when we click a recipe, a particular recipe here, want to see how it's going to look like in the page. So I'm just going to repeat these two layouts again. I'm going to repeat these two layouts again. I'm going to delete all of every content here. So I'm just going to zoom in, delete this guy. I'm going to delete the title. Just delete this guy. Yeah. All right. So the final style is the recipe details. Like Let me say recipe details. That's the final step. I guys still here. I hope I have not lost any of you. All right, so that's the final step. We're almost done with the wireframing. So when we come next time, what we'll be working on is the design of this, then implementation finally. So we have the wireframe. Um, so far we've been able to do a landing page where it has a call to action to view recipes. I'm just going to say stuff. I'm just going to write what this call to action is explicitly. View recipes. This one is to view like different types of recipes, and this one is to view a particular recipe. So let's say this one is jollof rice, and plantain. Seriously, what do you think this website will contain? You're looking for a website that's talking about jollof rice and plantain. Um, who should I ask? Can you guys contribute? What do you think it should have?
I'm not sure I get the question. Like instead of rice and plantain, what you should have?
Like, what do you think this recipes details web page should contain? We've done the landing page, we've done the recipes page. We're not looking at the recipes details.
Well, it should have all the ingredients listed on one side, and then after that should have the steps, step by step process. If there's a video, you should link to the video to assist. Right? So,
Okay, all right, that's cool. So let's see how we can do that. So I'm going to try a concept. What about the picture of the food itself? That's not going to be important. So you know what you're cooking. So
yeah,
I'll try a concept.
yeah, the picture.
Add
Yeah.
the image of the food, make it not so big, make it wide enough. The food itself, the name of the food. Um, it will include like category it falls under. So I'm just going to put this here. Increase the size of this a little bit. So we're going to have the category it falls under. So I'm just going to put category. Why we need category it falls under, just in case you want to find similar meals like that, you can just find similar meals easily. Come here, paste it here. Put this one here. Let's put a line here. This is where the image should be. Always remember to put these lines because they denote images, not just shapes. It's cool, like the category, then time it takes to finish it, time it takes to prepare. Let's put time to prepare. Why is this small? Then after you have time to prepare, what you now have here is like the ingredients. So we're going to put like the ingredients first of all. You have the ingredients, large, like ingredients, ingredients. So talk about the ingredients, a list of the ingredients. I'm just going to use line to denote it. Line to denote it. So I'm just going to put line, small lines because it's not going to be very ingredients are not very like this, and then after that you now have the steps. So the steps will have like numbers. So you have the steps. So step number 1, number 2, step number 3, step to prepare. Steps. Doesn't think put this one. Just repeat this one. See, see, um, so I want what other stuff we have, like a link call to action to view the video if there is. So I just want to add like numbers. So there'll be numbering here. You have one, you have two, like one, two, three, four, five, to whatever it is. So when it comes to like how it's going to look like on desktop, that's the tricky part because I couldn't find any desktop this thing giving us this thing. But we can try and visualize how it looks like. So there are different types of designs. I can look at a website I've made before, try and get like an inspiration. Although it's not like a recipes website, but it's still something. So this is like a website that was made before. So the have the food and ingredients are now listed on the site like this. So we can create something like this with this kind of layout. We have the meal at this side, then the ingredients listed at this side. The details about it listed at this side. I think this is a very interesting layout to actually use. Because we have a lot of space on desktop, so let's exploit that space. All right, so I'm just going to put the image here. Then I'll put the ingredients and the steps can be under the image here. So I'm just going to copy. I just want to repeat some things here so we don't waste our time. So is it command to shift now? Shift, 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 shift. Control C. So I want to drop it. So we have this here as a detail. Then you can put the ingredients in the same place as it. So I can just put coming here. And this guy, let me see. Come here and paste it here. So we have the ingredients showing up here. And finally, we can have the steps showing up too. So because the steps are going to be long and verbose, do you understand? You can't just have them on one side just like that. So I'm just going to add them here and I'm going to stretch them out. So these lines will be stretched out like more, 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 more than spending and more. Then yeah, so this is cool. We have this here. We should have call to action buttons in this stuff to maybe watch the video or something like that. So I just want to add that. So we can have a call to action to watch the video. They watch video. So I'm going to put it here. Depending on where I want to put this, I can put it here or under here. So you can watch the video of how it's prepared and go on your way. So like this, we've created like the three different wireframes for how we want our website to be, even on desktop and on mobile. We're able to look at the stuff it should have and different features we can add to it. A search bar here, meals you can actually click on and get um the recipes page, the recipes details page, and finally this page. So in our next so does anybody have any question? Hmm? No question. So in our next class, we're going to be looking at hmm, um we're going to be looking at designing it. So we've been able to look at um well, we've been able to look at creating wireframe for it. So we created different wireframes for how design is going to look like. Well, first of all, we listed the requirements of the pages we wanted. So landing page, paging containing different recipe choices, then a page for the recipe details. Then we listed the stuff we want to see on the website, pictures of food, food categories, search bar, types of food. When you click on the food, you should be able to click on and view. We've not done the save recipe, but I think we're going to add that as a functionality. Then the recipe landing page, you can see like it's just going to just lure you into the site. When you click on landing page, you view the recipes, and this is where the recipes will show up. And from there, you can now view the recipes details. Like if you click on the recipe, you can view the recipes details. So we did that for both mobile and desktop. So does anybody have any question so far? All right. So thanks everyone for joining. Really appreciate I really appreciate you guys joining. Thanks very much. This class was recorded, so in case you want a link to the video, watch later and have it here. But these are the stages that are involved in building things from start to finish. I just kind of outlined them here. And when we go into the next segment, we're going to look into actually designing the stuff. You can see this ugly thing we did here come to life and look very beautiful once it's put into design. But that's it from me. Does anybody has anything to say or so? If not, let's just close for right. Thanks for coming. Thank you, Buka. Thank you, Deborah. Have a good one, everyone. Good night.
Thank you very much.
All right, then. Thanks, everyone. Good night. In the next one.
All right. Stop the recording.